I'm about to show y'all how these two luminous discs work on the flat earth. From seeking the knowledge of God's handiwork, this is what I found. Now, I know a lot of flat earthers believe that there's more land, the sun and moon is locally underneath the firmament, and that earth is the only thing flat. Now, I come to believe that there are lights resting within the firmament, but this is only what I believe. Now, mankind has only been up realistically 130,000 feet. This rocket went up 121,000 feet. You can view the whole process from the ground up. I have never seen a rear view of a rocket, satellite, nor Tesla go beyond this height right here. But as a flat earther, I started to question the sun being underneath the firmament and why a lot of people don't know what it is. I asked God to show me what it is, and I believe that He revealed it to me. So the Bible says that the sun is the greater light, and that He created a firmament and placed the sun within the firmament. So all this just brought me to parabolic reflection. Now, I believe that the North Star is causing a parabolic reflection off of the glass dome. So the Bible says that the sun is a greater light, and light has to come from a source. A floating ball of glass is strange and unusual, and so is a floating luminescent disc. But any light that comes from a source, that makes perfect sense. And the molten glass dome fits perfectly with parabolic reflection. I believe that this is why we see the sun, moon, and stars. Now, here's an example of how heat can be created through parabolic reflection. Notice that he's using glass, water, and the sun for his light source. He's creating fire. That look familiar, huh? Now this guy is using a magnifying glass and a laser to generate heat off of wood. So parabolic reflection helps me understand how the luminaries work. It also helps me understand how the luminaries go in a corkscrew pattern. But his experiment helps me understand how this and seasons work. Now let's check out some old demonstrations of parabolic reflection.
Used to control light. The rays leave their source, strike the reflector, and bounce back on themselves in the same path. Then if we place a lens like this in the path of the light, the rays are bent inward. Now let's try another type of lens, similar to the lens used in automobile headlights. Instead of bringing the rays together at a point, this lens bends them so they go out in parallel lines.
And this is how the effect works when it hits off glass. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go to the North Pole. And I'm not saying that you can't go to the South Pole. But the Book of Enoch speaks of Mount Zion. And it would have looked like this. I've even heard some people call it Mount Meru. So the Book of Enoch says that this mountain goes high above the clouds. I don't know. That's probably why we can't fly over the North Pole. I'm just saying. Not only do I believe that this mountain is magnetic, but I believe that it either gives Polaris light or it's magnetically holding Polaris up. This really won't be seen to us, but think of a disco ball as a reflector. I believe the reflection of light is coming from Polaris, and the dome is working like a parabolic reflector, like so. So what you're looking at when you're looking at the sun is not a 3D floating object. It's just the light rotating off of the glass firmament. And this is why it explains seasons. A up and down corkscrew orbit makes perfect sense on a glass dome. It makes perfect sense for the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer. And this is how it works on a glass dome. the top being summer and the bottom being winter. Now, this is a demonstration of how it would look if the sun was above us, and this is a demonstration of how it would look if it was on the side. The sun is such a great, powerful source. It's the greater light. The sun is not a ball of lava. It is just a beam of light that rules the day. So this is how I believe the geocentric model works with a glass firmament. The lights that you see are being beamed at the dome. They make a corkscrew orbit around the earth, top to bottom. So to us, it would seem northern or southern. But they are not balls of gas.